on the field of play. And when we talk about the Olympics, we might as well start with the reigning Olympic champion.
Yeah, she's been the reigning Olympic champion since 2016. That's almost 8 full years of being the reigning Olympic champion at both 100 and 200. And yet, 2 weeks ago in Eugene, she was dead last. She is the kind of athlete, given her experience and ability, who can figure it out, but she's running out of time. And of course, Jamaica swept the podium in Tokyo at the last Olympics, first, second, and third, led by the woman on your screen.
As we mentioned, a lot of stars are here, and listen for the introductions here for American Gabby Thomas, herself an Olympic medal hopeful.
And also coming off of a last race being a subpar race. That was when we saw her last month in Los Angeles. Personal best 11 flat. She ran a 10.88 this year, slightly windy. That got my attention. But she has to bounce back from how she looked in LA. I think she will here. But she's got the Olympic champion next to her, and also Aaliyah Hobbs in 4, who has a 10.81 personal best. You better believe she's going to factor here. This is a hot 100.
Yeah, Hobbs was the U.S. champion back in 2018.
On your mark. And the entire crowd rises to their feet. You don't want to sit down for a race like this.
And one of the great pieces of the atmosphere here at Randall's Island is the Jamaican crowd that is here in full force. We've been hearing the horns all afternoon in the races leading up here.
Phones up, people up, kids on shoulders.
And it's an Olympic year. These races matter more than ever, even though this is just a dress rehearsal. This is the road to Paris. And the 100 meters underway, and it's Aaliyah Hobbs that it's out well in lane number 4. And then out wide, that's a Kinnison. And in 3 at the lean,
Favor
Ofili of Nigeria.
So imagine her confidence going back to practice as we see the Olympic champion limping post-race. Imagine Favor Ofili's confidence going back. Yeah, so this is what has been hampering her for almost a decade now, folks. She has an Achilles tendon, which she has tried to get right. She usually gets it right in Olympic year. She has no individual world titles, but this is what? So this is 2 successive races now where she's been in the back. She looked good for a while, but the Olympic champion still struggling, as you see Favor Ofili in that lane 3. So there's the Olympic champion in orange. But to the right of your screen, look at Favor Ofili leading the field. Aaliyah Hobbs trying to get back to her. But it was Ofili that hangs on for the win. The Olympic champion. A lot of questions as to whether she is going to be ready in 3 weeks for those Jamaican championships to pick the team to go to Paris.
Just like the United States, just because you were the winner last time around doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a spot in Paris, as Gabby Thomas makes it way, and the Olympic champion has helped through that mixed zone. And let's go down and hear from the winner, Favor Ofili, who's with Lewis Johnson. Lou?
All right, she's gotten us off to a great start with the flowers. Favor, that was a hot race. You were lined up against some great talent. Of course, you were one of them. Take us from the start, how you thought the race played out to the victory.
I was like, I'm close to my teammate, Aaliyah and Micaiah. Just like practice, just like home meet. Stay calm and just go finish your transition, because that is the issue. And then whatever happens, happens. Because I wanted to get the standard here, but I give God all the glory for the win.
And for those who don't understand, you have to contest the Nigerian Championships trials, which will be next week in Benin, Nigeria. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. And how's your confidence out going back for that?
I mean, just like I said, stay calm and just do what I know how to do. Got my teammates, go back, do a little training before I go back home, and the rest leave it for God, because he knows the future, not me.
Great run here and a long journey back. Good luck there, and we hope to see you in Paris.
Thank you.
All righty, Paul.
A big smile from the winner here, but the story of this day is the reigning Olympic champion being carried off.
Yeah, this is not how you want to see the Olympic champion. She's been in the back. She looked good for a while, but the Olympic champion still struggling, as you see Favor Ofili in that lane 3. So there's the Olympic champion in orange. But to the right of your screen, look at favor of Ofili leading the field. Aaliyah Hobbs trying to get back to her, but it was Ofili that hangs on for the win. The Olympic champion. A lot of questions as to whether she is going to be ready in 3 weeks for those Jamaican championships to pick the team to go to Paris.
Just like the United States, just because you were the winner last time around doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a spot in Paris, as Gabby Thomas makes it way, and the Olympic champion has helped through that mix zone. And let's go down and hear from the winner, Favor Ofili, who's with Lewis Johnson.
The women's 100-meter race at the Olympic trials in Benin unfolded as a gripping, emotional spectacle that revealed the volatile nature of elite sprinting. What many assumed would be another triumphant moment for Jamaica's sprinting royalty, Elaine Thompson-Herah, turned into a sobering illustration of the physical sacrifices demanded by the sport, even from its most iconic stars. Elaine Thompson-Herah, the double Olympic champion since 2016 in both the 100m and 200m, entered the competition under the spotlight once again. But instead of adding another dominant performance to her resume, she crossed the finish line visibly in pain, limping, and later assisted off the track. The scene left fans and analysts alike deeply concerned about her condition, especially with the Jamaican trials and the Paris Olympics looming. Years of battling Achilles issues appear to be catching up with the Jamaican sprint queen, and despite her illustrious achievements, her participation in Paris is now uncertain. While Thompson-Herah's misfortune stole headlines, Nigeria's Favor Ofili stunned the field with a blazing performance out of lane 3. Facing fierce competition from Olympic medal hopefuls like American Aaliyah Hobbs and Gabby Thomas, Ofili maintained her composure, nailed her phases, and unleashed a powerful surge in the home stretch to snatch the win. Speaking after her victory, Ofili highlighted her calm mindset and spiritual grounding as key to her success. With Nigeria's national trials on the horizon, she expressed both gratitude and focus, trusting in her preparation and faith to guide her forward. Her poise and determination were unmistakable. Aaliyah Hobbs launched strongly from lane 4, pushing to regain control in the latter stages, but couldn't bridge the final gap. Gabby Thomas, also in the mix, looked to rebound from a disappointing outing in Los Angeles the previous month. Her trajectory is trending upward, but the intensity expected in Paris will require peak execution. The atmosphere elevated the stakes. With a vibrant crowd, dominated by passionate Jamaican supporters, filling Randall's Island, the event felt like more than a qualifier. It was an arena of Olympic ambition, heartbreak, and emergent stars ready to make their mark. For Thompson-Herah, the race left haunting questions. Will she return in time for Jamaica's championships? And if she does, can she withstand the growing storm of fierce rivals both new and established? The path ahead is riddled with uncertainty. This moment felt like more than just a loss. It hinted at a possible changing of the guard. Jamaica's reign in women's sprinting has been dominant for years, but the winds may be shifting. Rising names from the U.S. and Nigeria are closing the gap, and the road to Paris is suddenly more competitive and less predictable than ever. Even in the face of adversity, Thompson-Herah remains a symbol of perseverance. Her courage to continue fighting through pain reflects an indomitable spirit. Her legacy, etched through years of dominance, serves as a powerful reminder that greatness is defined not just by victories, but by relentless resilience. As national trials unfold and Paris approaches, the narrative of women's sprinting is more thrilling than ever. The race in Benin was about much more than podiums. It told a story of endurance, breakthrough, and the eternal quest to rise above.